Hey everybody, Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. And what we have is the Kanjo 1K6 stainless Kiritsuke 210 millimeter knife. The core steel is 1K6 stainless. It's a full stainless steel. It's known as Daido DSR 1K6, or chemical makeup is similar to AUS or AUS 6 or 6A steel. And it's a forgiving steel. The heat treat's probably 59 to maybe 60 on it. It's a mono steel construction, so it's all one piece of steel that's laser cut and then shaped or ground to contour and shape. I mentioned in the 180 millimeter Kiritsuke video, this would probably be a good knife if you're hesitant about this steel, maybe because of edge, retention and such. If you're trying to get somebody into this style of blade and you want to introduce them, maybe they're not going to be the world's best keeper of steel and not a super knife aficionado, this might be a good choice because it's going to be a little bit more forgiving. And again, it's not a racehorse type of steel. So, but it definitely has its place. These are really well crafted, and the performance should be very nice because they're you can tell they've got a pretty high performance grind on these. So with that said, the weight is 171 grams and 6 ounces on these. They should be similar from knife to knife, but this one is about 210 right on the money for the edge, or 8 1/4 inches. Overall length is about 13.1 inches. Thickness, I got about 1.8. They'll be in the 1.8, 1.9 range, pretty much all the way down. It's just not much taper to them, just pretty much straight all the way. As you turn the corner with that reverse sword tip there and this style of blade, you'll see they do get pretty thin towards the tip. So they've almost got a continuous distal taper once you hit the corner there. And then they've also ground them pretty thin towards the back. So these aren't going to be slouches on performance. The blade height, about 45.5 at the back is what I got on this one. The handle is kind of a red or brown Pack-A-Wood, which is a stabilized wood product. You'll note you've got a full-on stainless tang all the way through, full tang construction, stainless rivets. You've got a integral bolster that goes right down into the blade handle or blade itself. So it's very nicely crafted package. That does bring the weight back a bit because you got a full tang construction. So the balance point, it's a little hard because my finger's sliding off the bolster, but it's right about there balance point wise. So it's got a kind of a fairly neutral feel to it. A little bit handle heavy, but you would expect that. Let's get our beauty shot here. Out of the box edge, I'll give them a 6 out of 10. They were quite sharp out of the box. Pretty nicely done edge on them. You can see kind of the grind, especially towards the edge there, kind of the shape of that grind towards the edge, so where it thins out. You've got etched kanji on the right side of the blade. There's your finish on it. A little bit of a polish towards the edge to kind of thin that out on the right side of the blade. Here is the left side of the blade as you'd be using it. They've just done a good, solid job on fit and finish on these. They're both quite consistent. I've got two samples. I've got this and the 180, and they've got just a little bit of relief on the spine and the corner, so it's not objectionable at all. And you get a little bit of relief on the choil, the back of the blade, into the bolster, so it's quite comfortable out of the box. They're pretty well ready to go. You've got a fair amount of stiffness to this in the back half, and a little bit of a little bit of flex towards the front, but for the thickness of the blade, it's surprisingly stiff. Again, they've got a bit of a performance bent towards the grind on these, so they're not going to be a slouch by any means in the kitchen on product. So here's your profile. It's a very usable, user-friendly profile. You've got a little bit of flat towards the back, a little bit of a back belly there. Every knife's going to be slightly different on the edge profile, but that's what this one looks like. But it'll give you a good general idea. So you got a little bit of flat towards the back, third, 40% of the blade, and then you got a fairly aggressive belly towards the tip, and you can get, I'm getting right in there. So this will rock over kind of medium-low stuff. But just a pretty easy to use profile. So it's just a nice package. So the fit and finish is really good. Execution's nice, handle's good. It's just it's got a cool shape to it. If somebody's kind of looking for something a little different, it's kind of a Gyoto with a bunko style tip on it. So it's pretty cool. A little something different. So this is the Kanjo 1K6 stainless Kiritsuke 210 millimeter knife.